Go ahead.
Computer camera's not working. So I don't know what we're gonna do, Randy. Anyway, on to the rest of my friends. And a really fascinating review that Mom's gonna help me with because I can't reach the books. Oh, they're right next to me. That's funny. They're right next to me. I thought they were on the... Never mind. Thank you, Mom. She angrily pointed. Yeah, it is funny. Anyway, we're talking about The Flash. Both of them. Both 5 and 6 of the new run, which would be 805, 806. Yeah. I still don't intend on picking up The Flash before 900. Spoiler alert, the books didn't make that much of an impact. Just saying. But we're also talking about the end of Green Lantern. The end of Green Lantern. Well, let's put it to you this way. I was talking to Mom about it off camera, and we both agree that if it wasn't for issue 1 scaring all the people away, this would have been a fine series. I think maybe that it would have gotten its own series outside this little mini thing. But that's just a theory. It is better than The Flash is. That's why I'm spending more time on it. But they had a lot less world building to do. The Flash, it's like they're baking a pie and getting all the ingredients together. Green Lantern, they knew the end was coming, so they put everything in the bowl all at once. Whether good or bad, they dumped everything in the bowl. Do I think that's going to matter in 10 years? Probably. I'll be honest with you. The way they're doing with Red Lantern and the Justice Society in general, yeah, this book, I'm not holding it up too much, it's already quite worn, will matter in 10 years. Yeah. So. Anyway. I am giving both Flashes the same score. I'm not giving Green Lantern a perfect score, mind you. But because it had the Justice Society in it, it did get brownie points. the Flash, it feels like they're trying to undo something before 900 that you really want them to just keep the way it is, or at least I do. Eobard's happy, leave him be happy. Don't turn him into a villain again, DC. Unless they're giving you a fourth Professor Zune or Reverse Flash or whatever they're calling him this week. But the Flash's main enemy. It's been the Flash's main enemy for years. And every version of the Flash has his own thing. In this, you see a lot more of the Speed Force, which not only are they dumping everything in the bowl, nobody asked for the pie to begin with. You know, it's like, okay, thanks. Even if it turns out to be good, no one asked for it. Because people are kind of fed up with the Speed Force, or at least online they are. So giving them another story about the Speed Force isn't going to help. If you really wanted to introduce these little guys, on the cover here, they're attacking the Flash. They could have made them aliens from another planet. They could have made them part of something that worships the Speed Force. I don't know. That's just a thought. They could have done so many things. And to say they're just incorporating the Speed Force. 6, like I said, giving them both the same score. But I briefly considered giving that one a 2. At least with 5, you have the story of the Flash's son, of Wally's son, and how worried he is that he's not living up to his father's legacy, and all this wonderful stuff that I think could help out some growing person. Teenager, whatever. I remember being that kid. You know, I remember being like Jay is, and deeply, deeply sad. And then all of a sudden, poor Powers on top of that. I like that. You know? They tied, or at least they tried to tie together these two stories. The Flash getting attacked by these little guys, like on the cover. And Jay, his son, not the other Flash, going through these growing pains. It's like they did an alright job, but it's alright, you know. It's not like in Green Lantern, where there's a cool twist at the end that I'm not going to spoil that has to do with time travel. Okay, I enjoy time travel. But the fact that he didn't do what the Flash is doing and almost wreck the whole entire universe just earned me brownie points. So I guess I give the Green Lantern a 4 if I'm giving them a 3. But, like I said, scores don't matter. What matters is if they really want the Flash to remain popular after this run, they could take a lesson from the most recent Justice Society book and try to tie in all these stupid stories. Even the small stuff. how they froze the Flash's other kid in this one would have been tied together in Green Lantern. In Green Lantern, you find out that he's been telling the story to his son for a book. And it's like, of course, why didn't I think of that? And it's the perfect character, too. In this, it's just, oh, Dad almost destroyed the universe for me. Which, it's like, Wally probably does that on a daily basis. You know, I don't know. This one was the one I enjoyed, too. So, what does that say about the one I did not enjoy? What does that say about this? You know, I don't know. It feels like DC's going through a really weird period right now. That they're trying to get rid of older readers, while at the same time placating them. And it's like, I get it, but on the other hand, I don't. You know? So, I wish I could say they had both convinced me to pick up the Flash again. That all the new world building they're doing is so fascinating. And that they won't forget about this the way they forgot about Inertia being in the museum. Again in 10 years. But, I don't know. Tell me the guy at the end of it doesn't look like Professor Zoom. I know there's been other issues. I know that I could pick up at least issue 8 and find out how it ends, but hadn't it been referenced in the Jay Garrick book I like, I wouldn't have picked it up to begin with. So, yeah, I don't know. This, on the other hand, the Green Lantern, like I said, I'd like to see an actual series of this. And thank you, DC, for addressing the fact that he loved his wives. It may not be him now, but he... Just the fact they tied in the old issues and said, I loved my wives, I loved your mothers. And that's how they basically ended it. It was wonderful to me. Again, I'm not going to spoil what he does when he time travels versus the Flash's time travel. But I almost said Jay Garrick. Alan Scott does not wreck the whole entire universe, proving that you can time travel without wrecking everything. So, yeah, that's all I'll say. Did you read this all the way through, or did you get lost after the first issue of Green Lantern? I mean, I still think a lot of people did, but if you're one of them, I'd like to hear from you. What would they have to do to get you to hop back on for a big series? Do you think they're just gonna end in Justice Society? I hope not. But was I wrong about Flash? Did you like this issue? Oh crap, I picked up the wrong one. Did you like this issue? Do you think that they'll remember beings live in the Speed Force now? How would you make it better? Let me know in the comments. I've been Bob. This has been The Other World According to Bob. Those are my thoughts. Bob out.